Dustin Poirier tweeted, he said, "Welcome to the big leagues, Paddy Pimblett. One up for the legends." What do you think about just like you carry? How much pride do you?
We're up 3. He beat BSD, I beat Fazeev, and I just beat Paddy. We're up 3 right now. Topuria took out Max, so we might be 3-1. But I'm going to try to avenge that one.
There's a lot of speculations going on. Oh, is Conor going to come back? Is John going to fight Pereira? What Dana is kind of, is not uncertain about. But I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilia potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. It should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, being fair competitively, especially in the performance that he puts, like, why wouldn't you? Right. In the perfect picture, you would want Justin to fight Ilia, beat him at the White House while being an American. Now, will that happen? Fuck.
So Ilia is laughing now because they have dirty boxing, really, They just fighting hard, but there is no good technique. But Ilia will be left now because Ilia has such a high level boxing.
Not only did Justin Gaethje's interim to the division, but it also identified his next target. Ilia Topuria moved forward. Right off the bat, these two fighters are calling each other out loud and clear. When a pair of absolute killers are simultaneously throwing down the gauntlet, this goes way past just promotional noise. What we're witnessing here is something that simply has to happen.
But I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilia potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. It should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, being fair competitive.
Although Justin admitted that he sustained significant injuries and would require time to heal, but there's already a bigger picture unfolding. One fighter made it crystal clear that getting on a June card means everything to him right now. These kinds of opportunities don't come around often, and it would take something massive to derail this.
Sure, the adrenaline's still flowing a little bit, but do you have an update on physically, how you feel? Are you going to need some time off? Is there possibly anything broken after?
I definitely need some time off. He fucking rocked my brain a couple times, and the only thing we have over the more dangerous sports, which is boxing and football, is we get to take time. And so I will do that, but the White House is in June, and, I represent this country. I represented it tonight, and I hope to be, obviously, look at the position and the opportunity they just gave me here. There's no way they're keeping me off that card unless I'm dead.
When the topic of a potential White House matchup with Ilia came up, Justin remained true to himself and refused to exaggerate it, but he recognized its potential size even in the... When we talk about generating excitement, Justin believes this matchup would be absolutely electric, especially considering Ilia's meteoric rise, those brutal finishes, and how perfectly their fighting approaches would mesh together. He made it obvious that he's completely prepared to step up if the undisputed championship becomes available.
Given how popular Ilia's become and just the method of victory he's had and your style of fighting, and add those two to the White House, how big do you think that fight could be between you two?
If I had any bit of a personality, it'd be fucking huge. But I just can't. I can't lie. I can't exaggerate. It's what I do. It's who I am. It's who my parents taught me to be. But there's no doubt it'll be the best. One of the best fights that they could definitely put on. It'll be for an undisputed belt, and I think they want to have 6 or 7. Whatever. They want to have as many as possible. So if he's not back by then, they will strip him, and I will be undisputed, and then I'll fight for the belt on there.
Now here's where things get spicy. Ilia came at Paddy hard, calling him out for getting beaten by an aging opponent while still walking away with his biggest career payday. Then he shifted his focus toward locking up that victory before delivering a brutal message. Ilia, no matter what comes next, fighting Ilia won't be a walk in the park, but Justin's keeping his confidence intact. He says the secret lies in believing in his preparation, his corner, and his natural abilities. He's got clear intentions, and while he wants that win badly, thinking it's meant to be, he knows The outcome isn't something he controls completely.
You are the first two-time interim champion in UFC history. You don't usually get too many second chances, but here you go to a unifier with an undefeated top 3 pound-for-pound fighter. I know he is not Khabib, but what are you taking into this fight with Ilia in terms of lessons and why you're going to make it work this time?
Just got to trust the preparation, trust in my coaches and trust in my skills. I'm here for a reason. I hope it's my destiny, but I don't get to write that, so.
He had a message for champion Ilia Topuria. Justin Gaethje didn't hold back. He shrugged off the hype, the trash talk, and the spotlight, saying he isn't concerned with sending it. Meanwhile, Gaethje puts complete trust in his coaching team, letting them handle the heavy lifting when it comes to studying Topuria, crafting the perfect game plan, and drilling it into every training session. For Gaethje, everything comes down to preparation, precision, and flawless execution. When he steps into that octagon, his team's planning and hard work will speak louder than any trash talk.
Do you have a message for Ilia Topuria if he's watching this?
No. No, I don't give a fuck.
The message will be in the octagon.
I don't give a fuck. I control my thoughts. I control my emotions. I won't give him the time of day. I'll, rely on my coach to watch him a lot. I've seen him fight, obviously, but I don't really go back and watch these guys. I really rely on my coach. I watched Patty today. I watched Patty and Chandler today. But I really rely on my coach to create a game plan and instill it into training. And yeah, this is so fast. I have no idea what the fuck's going on right now.
He emphasized there was never a question of motivation, even after. Throughout all his fights, he's been driven by one ultimate goal, championship gold. The opportunity he's talking about represents the perfect way to write his legacy.
Being neck and neck, it was either going to be you, Patty, or Armin fighting Ilia. Then obviously the news, Ilia wasn't going to fight early this year. At any point, was it frustrating or just difficult to get that motivation, because it kind of felt like you were right there and now you have to win one more after already going through all the battles? Was that ever difficult to have to get up for one more challenge before that opportunity?
No. I mean, I wanted it to be for a championship. This makes me a champion on paper with the UFC, so I'm very proud of what I accomplished tonight. I'm proud of the opportunity that it's gained me to fight a guy like Ilia. And this is everything I've ever wanted. This chance to write the end of my last chapter.
Congrats.
It's going to be special.
Even the commentators are weighing in on this potential matchup, with Dana White predicting this will be an absolute striking war. Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria both bring serious knockout power. If Gaethje shows up completely prepared, this guarantees fireworks from the opening bell to the final horn. White expects nothing but explosive action when these two step into the cage, with both fighters capable of ending things in a split second. When two of the division's most dangerous strikers collide, fans should expect non-stop violence, elite-level skill, and a fight that could steal the show on any card.
One, and now that it seems that it's going to be Gaethje versus Topuria, it's probably going to be a crazy fight also, most likely striking. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting. I think that Ilia hits like a truck, and so does Gaethje, and I think if Gaethje prepares properly and gets ready.
Next up, Demetrius Johnson.
The consensus seems to be that Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria would be the ideal matchup. There's some question about whether Justin wants to defend an interim belt since he's obviously focused on the real championship. Looking ahead, John's an incredibly disciplined and strategic fighter with legitimate one-shot power. Just look at how he dismantled Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway. The expectation is for Topuria to stay calm, keep his defense tight, and carefully read the fight as it develops, which should create a fascinating battle against Gaethje.
Ilia Topuria, or he's going to fight Armor Sarukian. And I think the right thing is for him to fight Ilia Topuria. But if Ilia Topuria is not ready, I'm not sure if Justin Gaethje wants to defend an interim championship. I think he really wants that undisputed. And hopefully we get Ilia Topuria. Now, when I look forward to Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje, I think Ilia Topuria is just way too disciplined on the feet. I think he has the knockout power. You look what he's done against Charles Oliveira. You look what he's done against Max Holloway. Ilia Topuria is very strategic, disciplined, where he's going to have his hands up. He's going to pot. He's going to get a look at what's going on. I just feel like he's a way cleaner boxer, and he puts his combinations together 1, 2, 3, nothing overzealous. But a fight's a fight.
Regarding Arman Tsarukyan, Johnson sees him as largely following whatever direction the UFC chooses. His preferred scenario would have Tsarukyan fighting Gaethje after this potential bout, but considering Justin's likely wait for an undisputed title fight against Topuria, that matchup probably won't happen right away. In the meantime, Tsarukyan will continue building his profile, handling media obligations, working on his wrestling game, and staying active. Johnson hopes he eventually gets his shot against Gaethje, with that fight's winner earning the right to challenge Topuria next.
I believe
Call of the UFC, meaning that the UFC dictates what's going to be next for Arman Tsarukyan. I think he should fight Justin Gaethje next, but like I said earlier, I think Justin Gaethje might hang on to the undisputed. He might wait for the undisputed opportunity to fight Ilia Topuria. So if that happens, you're going to have Arman Tsarukyan keep going on these wild side quests by doing more media and also doing more grappling, which is fine too. I wish he would get the opportunity to fight Justin Gaethje, and then those guys can decide between Justin Gaethje and Arman Tsarukyan if whoever wins can fight.
Both Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo agree that based on the quality of performances Justin keeps delivering, a showdown between him and Ilia could easily headline a major UFC event. There's unanimous agreement that this is exactly the type of fight that deserves the spotlight and could shape the next chapter for both fighters' careers.
I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilia potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. You know, it should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, you know, being fair.
While Justin's performance against Paddy was impressive, fighting Ilia, this represents a completely different challenge though. The point gets made that Topuria is an exceptionally well-rounded, compact fighter who excels at protecting himself and maintaining proper form, unlike the mistakes Gaethje could exploit against Pimblett. Therefore, the emphasis is on how Gaethje will need to adjust his approach, facing someone who combines defensive awareness with striking accuracy, making this fight much more complex and demanding.
You know, especially the performance that he puts, like, why wouldn't you? You know, in the perfect picture, you would want Justin to fight Ilia, beat him at the White House while being an American. Now, will that happen? Fuck. But as much as we're kind of glazing and praising Justin, Ilia is different. Ilia 100%. Is different. And there's one thing, watching that fight with Paddy Pimblett, you can see, one, his head was up, and then two, defensively, like Paddy would do this, like some amateur shit. Bro, like that's, and I'm surprised.
Listen, we all do that. We all do that.
And I'm surprised. And Justin was, and he did hit him, but you could tell Justin was going to the body because he was going over like that overhand. Yeah. That he did nail him, but these are things that when Justin fights Ilia Topuria, it's gonna be different. He's gonna fight a shorter opponent, somebody compact, and somebody that could really keep his freaking hands up, that just understands the finesse of fighting.
What gets highlighted is how Justin executed his game plan to perfection, with massive credit going to his coaching team of Trevor Whitman, Ben George and company for tailoring the strategy specifically for his opponent. The observation is that Justin doesn't always fight with such precision, but he adapts to whoever he's facing and their specific strengths in the cage. Taking on Ilia Topuria will be a test of skill, toughness, and danger that will push Justin to his absolute limit.
Justin Gaethje did what he wanted to do, but we have to realize now, coaches, Trevor Whitman, Ben, and you know, George, these guys, and Luke, they put together a game plan for the opponent. You really don't see Justin look like that. What did Justin look like that when he fought Faziev? Has Justin looked like that when he fought earlier fights with Barbosa? Did he look like that when he fought Cowboy? Did he look like that when he fought in World Series? No. I think it's, you shape the game plan based on the opponent and based on whatever they're giving you out there. So I think that's, Justin will make those necessary adjustments, but like you said, Ilia is a different monster, so that will be an intriguing.
Daniel Cormier gives props to both fighters for leaving everything in that octagon. He watched Justin Gaethje apply relentless pressure on Paddy Pimblett, nearly finishing him several times before claiming that interim championship. At the same time, Cormier acknowledges Ilia Topuria's lethal track record, having knocked out elite fighters like Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski, and Charles Oliveira. It's been proven time and again that underestimating him is always a mistake. Things typically work out in his favor when opponents make that error.
That laid it all on the octagon floor. I thought Justin Gaethje was going to get Paddy Pimblett out of there on multiple occasions, but Paddy would not quit. Paddy Pimblett kept fighting, but I think the pressure that Justin put on him early gave him enough of a lead to become the interim champion. But Ilia Topuria is knocking out the best fighters that we've ever seen in the divisions that he's competing in. Knocked out Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski while he was at featherweight. Then goes to 155 and knocks out Charles Oliveira. But Justin Gaethje reminded us tonight that when you overlook him, things have a habit of working out in Justin Gaethje's way.
But Robert Whittaker isn't... Most importantly, Ilia Topuria's striking ability surpasses almost everyone in the UFC, while his wrestling and jiu-jitsu skills are equally sharp with perfect technique and crushing power. Anything less than total preparation won't cut it, but the expectation is different, more tailored Gaethje when he steps in against Topuria.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give up on my boy that quick. Okay, Ilia's, but I'm like, I'll just lay it out there. Ilia's striking is leagues above everybody.
Yeah,
like just about everybody in the UFC.
Yeah, man.
You know, and the wrestling and jiu-jitsu is there as well.
Mm-hmm.
His timing, his instincts, his instinct to fire off in like his counterattacks. You know, he'll make you pay for every step you take. It's a hard fight.
Yeah,
things
man.
have got to change in Gaethje's camp to make the fight competitive.
Yeah.
Right now, the Gaethje that fought Paddy won't beat Ilia right now.
Yeah.
But that's not saying that we'll see that Gaethje when he fights Ilia.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just the game plan for Paddy to just make it doggy. But
Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more fight content.